First off, let me talk my... Got a couple things I gotta cross off my list. How you insomniac for sleeping on my... It's a bad soundtrack, read the script. Born in the motherland, headed straight down to the south. Tennessee mornings with pops, working 3 jobs. I knew that they struggled to get it, that's why I wanted to get it. That embedded, you get it, treat it like a law. And I'ma need commission for this hit. Lance laid the canvas and I painted over it. I don't need a vision board to show you I'm betting on myself, count the chips. Got it. Made some choices for a profit. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin, just being honest. Try to sink my ship like Titanic and leave me with Jack. Hope I be panicking, but I rose to the top. Isn't it funny that the is built like a Maserati, yoga folding like origami?
The folks here, they are bundled up, but they're ready for football as you get a look at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the New Orleans Saints and the Cleveland Browns. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They begin on the ground with Kamara, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now, on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. That's a strong safety making a strong, hard tackle.
And we know his coach. Doesn't smile a whole lot, does he? How about that grin right there, ear to ear after that play?
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. On the counter, Etienne. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing.
And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Going for it, here's Etienne. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Now Elliott. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Ezekiel Elliott with career touchdown number 75. And the Browns take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 25 yards that time.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Trayvon Walker makes the tackle.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
2nd and 9 now. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. looking to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Now to try the field goal, here's Daniel Carlson from the left hash, this from 34. The kick by Carlson is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. The Browns hit 10-4 on the year, and they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to
And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Quez Watkins with touchdown number 12 on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
6 yards left on 2nd down. On play action, they'll throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Demario Davis has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football and not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
Now a man who punted for the Browns in 2015, Andy Leon, to kick it away. Standing right on his own 5-yard line. So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Etienne up the middle, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Stuck for the loss by Devin White.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On second down, ETN once more. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's puttered out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. 7 yards there and a first down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Now they'll look to Willis to pass it here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Malik Willis. A 10-yard touchdown run as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Jackrabbit Jenkins. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Willis will look to throw on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
To throw again on second down. Willis eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will remain an 18-point lead.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
Looking deep downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Browns are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. The Browns drive about to get started. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Willis back to the air on 2nd and 10. Screen play. Here's Etienne. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Etienne on the toss right. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 24-yard line. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints 16. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, Willis. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and they open the lead up now to 25. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
A short kick taken at the 18.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. They'll set up a throw. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage. I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
They'll try and throw for it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
They go play action with Willis.
He'll buy some time right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. Well, he's got to have that wrong, doesn't he? They declined that.
There's no doubt about it. Sorry to step on you there, partner, but let's go ahead and run this one together, right? Incomplete pass. Yet they call pass interference, and somehow you're going to decline that penalty?
I'm so confused. An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Third down, it's Willis.
And that's knocked away and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Yards on the punt, and the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Browns are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Inside give to Elliott. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And that's Elliott, complete. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
Trayvon Walker
Charges in there hard and drops him for a loss of 12 from that outside linebacker position. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. He'll drop to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense. And certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap 1.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. A good gain on first has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Being chased out left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Back to throw here. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Yeah, boy, that's going to be close. He didn't get much at all there, but he got the first. Looked like they might have held him defensively, but the referee signals it will be a 1st down. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 24-yard line. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Back to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
Now the ball comes loose, and this is picked up by the Saints. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. A fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
70 Ranger.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw here. Finding Alvin Kamara for the completion. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. A great effort there. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Saints get a bit closer. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. Wait, hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Come on. Fix the Eagles.
They'll look to throw here on first down. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So a PI call going to cost him there defensively. What did you see?
Well, I think it's the right call, partner, because sometimes we'll see officials kind of let them play. But by the letter of the law, that's definitely a penalty.
Man open, here is Jones. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now back to throw. And now here is another interception. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Browns are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
What a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you? And that was the case here. That really sparked them to victory.
So for Cleveland, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now in the year.
And they will hit the road next week to take on Washington.
Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching.